Since birth of the automobile in 1887, countless car models have rolled onto the roads, each with its own story. Some were unforgettable legends, while others barely lasted long enough to leave a trace. We've seen machines that redefined reliability and those that barely made it 100 miles. But a rare few changed the game forever, leaving marks that still shape the industry. So today, we're diving into the 15 most iconic cars ever made. Let's get into it. 1908 Ford Model T. In the early 20th century, owning a car was a luxury only a few could afford. For most, the idea of personal transportation felt like a distant dream. But in 1908, the world changed when the Ford Model T hit the streets. Unlike the handcrafted, ultra-expensive cars of the 1890s, Henry Ford's Model T was built on an assembly line. This revolutionary approach drastically slashed costs, bringing the price of a car from over $1,000 to a mere $260, about 4 months' pay for a factory worker. Suddenly, the possibility of car ownership was within reach for every American, igniting a transformation in transportation and forever embedding the automobile in American life. 1925 RollsRoyce Phantom, the first real luxury car. Years later, in 1925, the Rolls-Royce Phantom entered the scene, marking a shift from basic transportation to pure luxury. Rolls-Royce has been around for a couple of decades, but it was the Phantom that changed the game. It didn't just improve on its predecessor, the Silver Ghost, it redefined what luxury could be. While Rolls-Royce provided the powerful chassis and engine, the car's body and interior were left up to the imagination and resources of its owners, who hired coach builders to design custom, opulent interiors. The Phantom became the ultimate canvas for the wealthy, setting a new standard for luxury that other car makers would aspire to for decades. 1938 VW Beetle. Then, in 1938, a humble little car took the world by storm, the Volkswagen Beetle. Modeled after the Ford Model T's philosophy of affordability, the Beetle was created to be the people's car for Germany. Designed by the legendary Ferdinand Porsche, it provided an affordable and reliable car for everyday Germans and eventually became one of the best-selling cars globally. Its impact was immense. It democratized personal transportation in Europe and became a symbol of practicality, charm, and accessibility across the world. 1951 Toyota Land Cruiser. Off the beaten path, another iconic vehicle was emerging. In 1951, Toyota released the Land Cruiser, a rugged 4x4 designed for both function and comfort. While the American Willys Jeep could handle rough terrain, it lacked protection from the elements. Toyota took it up a notch, building a vehicle that could take on rugged terrain while keeping drivers safe, comfortable, and shielded from the weather. The Land Cruiser became a legendary off-roader, known for its resilience and reliability, and it went on to set the standard for off-road vehicles worldwide. Though Toyota recently discontinued it to focus on its luxurious counterpart, the Lexus LX, the Land Cruiser's legacy as a rugged, dependable powerhouse lives on. 1954 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL. In 1954, Mercedes-Benz introduced a car that seemed almost too advanced for its time. The 300 SL, known to many as the sports car of the century. The 300 SL was designed with a focus on weight reduction and speed. Its steel tube frame weighed just over 50 kilograms, while the rest of the car was crafted from lightweight aluminum. This combination allowed the 300 SL to reach speeds above 250 kilometers per hour, unheard of for that era. With its gull-wing doors and powerful 215 horsepower engine, it set the stage for a new generation of high-performance, lightweight supercars that would continue to evolve into the powerful sports cars we see today. Porsche 911. For over 60 years, the Porsche 911 has embodied a perfect balance of simplicity and power, keeping its distinct shape and engine layout through decades of evolution. Unlike many sports cars, the 911 wasn't about raw horsepower. It was about redefined engineering, agility, and sheer driving precision. With each generation, Porsche has improved the 911 without losing its core essence, proving that sophistication and precision can outperform brute force. The 911 remains a symbol of German engineering brilliance, and it's here to stay. Ford Shelby Mustang, the American icon. In 1964, Carroll Shelby and Ford set out to create a muscle car that would make Chevy's Camaro pale in comparison. The result? The Ford Shelby Mustang, a car that could conquer both the track and the street. It was a car you could drive to work but also challenge anyone at a traffic light or a racetrack. Drawing inspiration from the legendary GT40, the Shelby Mustang became the quintessential American pony car, holding its place in history as the only one to stay in continuous production. Mercedes G Wagon, originally commissioned by Iran's King Reza Shah for military use. The Mercedes G Wagon's journey to icon status was unexpected. It was until 1979, after the King's fall, that a civilian version was released. Built to handle any terrain with incredible durability, the G Wagon featured a unique 3-locking differential system, a rare feat that no other SUV had achieved. It was simple, powerful, and indestructible, a perfect blend of luxury and ruggedness that few could match. Today, it stands as a symbol of off-road excellence and timeless design. Mercedes W201. In 1982, Mercedes took a bold step with the W201, introducing luxury and innovation at an affordable price point. Known for its ultra-luxurious cars, Mercedes sought to bring its quality and engineering to the everyday driver without sacrificing craftsmanship. The W201's affordability didn't come at the cost of quality. It paved the way for entry-level luxury cars we see today, from the BMW 1 Series to the Audi A3. This model opened doors, proving that elegance and engineering could reach a wider audience without compromise. Land Rover Defender, the everyman's off-roader. For those who couldn't afford a G-Wagon but needed serious off-road capabilities, the Land Rover Defender was the answer. Developed initially for military use, the Defender brought rugged performance to the civilian world without the high price tag of its Mercedes counterpart. Built for tackling harsh landscapes, it quickly became a go-to for adventure seekers and off-road enthusiasts alike. The Defender wasn't cheap, but its relatively accessible price and proven durability made it a legend in its own right, a car built to handle the world's toughest terrain. Bugatti Veyron. The Bugatti Veyron wasn't just a car, it was an engineering marvel that set a new standard for speed. With over 1,000 horsepower, it was the first production vehicle to break the 4-digit barrier, launching the hypercar era. Unlike most high-speed machines that sacrifice comfort, the Veyron showed that you could have blistering power without giving up luxury. Air conditioning, plush interiors. Bugatti proved you could have it all without compromising speed, sparking an obsession with power that hasn't slowed down. 1990 Acura NSX. When Honda launched its luxury brand Acura, they wanted a car that would stand as a symbol of reliability, performance, and precision. The Acura NSX was born. Honda poured everything into its creation, even consulting Formula One legend Ayrton Senna. With innovative materials and an unparalleled attention to detail, the NSX became a benchmark for refinement. The NSX was not just fast, it was beautifully tuned, bringing a level of sophistication that would forever shape the sports car landscape and making an icon in Japanese automotive history. 1992 McLaren F1. The McLaren F1 remains one of the most unique driving experiences in automotive history. Built around the driver, this car placed the driver's seat directly in the center, with 2 passenger seats on either side. It wasn't about sheer horsepower, even though it boasted an impressive 618 horsepower. Instead, it was about balance and control. With its unmatched handling and driver-focused design, the F1 shattered records at test circuits worldwide, setting a new bar for precision and proving that speed is as much about control as it is about power. Toyota Prius, the birth of hybrid revolution. Long before hybrids became mainstream, Toyota introduced the Prius in 1997, a car decades ahead of its time. Although the concept of a hybrid wasn't new, the first attempt dated back to the loaner Porsche Mixta of 1899. Toyota was the first to make it commercially viable. The Prius combined multiple motor generators, advanced batteries, and sophisticated software to pioneer a new age of efficient driving. It showed the world that hybrids were possible on a large scale, becoming the ancestor of all modern gas-electric vehicles and sparking the hybrid movement. Tesla Model S, making EVs mainstream. Electric vehicles had existed in some form since 1890, but they remained niche until Tesla Model S came along. With Elon Musk at the helm, Tesla transformed the idea of an EV from a novelty to a viable mode of transportation. The Model S wasn't just another electric car, it was a revolution. With powerful acceleration, remarkable range, and a luxurious design, it made electric cars desirable. Musk's decision to open Tesla's patents helped others in the industry to advance EV technology, making Tesla not just a car maker, but a catalyst for a cleaner, greener future. That's all for today. Don't forget to subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments below.